Hello, folks. Sorry for being late. I totally lost with the stuff that I need to do at work and at home. So I haven't uh, eaten at the moment. So probably I'm gonna munch in parallel. I have a nice pita gyros on my side. So this is gonna be not only stream to code, but to eat also. So sorry if it will bother you, but it is what it is. Life is life. All right, so uh, I suppose you see me. I see myself on YouTube, and let's get into it. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do, and after that, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to show the screen now. Okay. And it's been a while since I streamed. Okay, I'm going to share the entire screen for you. And share. Okay, it's here. I'm turning it on. Now you can see me. And let's switch to that fancy view. Okay, so what do we have? At Freenow, I work for an acquisition team, and we help our drivers and companies to register to work with us. And so we own the so-called registration web, which is a project where a driver can register to work for Freenow. So it is registration.freenow.com, and this is how it looks like. So it will also work on mobile and on desktop. So we're trying to be as responsive as we can. And so we're going to launch a new registration flow. So at the moment, as you see, we are in this flow supports 8 countries. And this is not only country. So there are different flows, obviously, country by country, because there are different sets of documents that a taxi driver needs. But it also, we have for different types of license on the taxi market. So there is a taxi license, which is usually like a yellow taxi or London cab, something that is kind of classic taxi you expect to see. And another type of license is private hire vehicle, is usually a less strict license, which allows a driver to. So it's basically like what Uber and all the rest companies that use this flexible that offer flexible pricing. They use this type of license. There are differences. Technically, for example, private hire vehicle is just a regular vehicle. They cannot use taxi lanes, and etc. etc. But the thing is, the registration is different depending on which license you have, and also depending on who you are, whether you're a driver who works for a company, or you're a company who wants to work with us, or you're a self-employed driver who's kind of this mix of both. And so at the moment, we want to make a self-employed driver flow for Germany. And to do this, so it's kind of similar that we have for other markets with some differences. And one of these differences is that we have a contact details screen. And in reality, it looks like this without, so it's okay. Now I'm not gonna pass this thing. So you need to set email and password. And after that, we'll show you a contact detail form. And this form looks like this, but without this avatar thingy on the top. And our goal is to add this avatar thingy on the top. So that's what we're going to do today. We don't have this component, so that implies we need to write this component and do this all this kind of fancy experience. Even though it also looks a bit similar to our design system upload button, it's actually don't. So this is like a whole new thing from scratch, and it's been a while since I wrote this basic things, those basic things. So let's try to deal with that. So what is the plan? We need to write a component, ideally write test for this component, and also consider how it works with the keyboard, and also show a preview. So step by step, I think we'll start with just showing an upload input, plain HTML, and trying to show at least some preview based on the image that got uploaded. And this is a desktop version. Mobile version looks the same, but the only difference is this upload profile picture is below this avatar. So that's it, I think. And let me know if you have any proposals how to do this. Meanwhile, I'm gonna switch to my registration web project, and as usual, I'm gonna. Ooh, what happened? Okay, I'm gonna turn on my white color scheme. Code style, I think it's here. No, color scheme. And I use. I'm not sure actually what I use. Alabaster.js. I think that's the last one. Yeah, I want a bright one. Actually, I do prefer a bright one. And it was just an agreement. And we just, with my colleague, she was not happy with seeing a white font. So I just switched to the black one. So let's make it bigger. Everything is quite slow with while streaming, and with my work laptop, and I would love to have. Okay, so there is some issue with the web store. I have some something going on with WebStorm recently. It fails, so. But I'm not gonna switch to VS Code anyways, because that's what I don't know. I'm kind of used to WebStorm. There are a lot of hotkeys I'm used to, and in general, I don't have a lot of things to complain about. The only thing that, because it's kind of big and tries to solve too many things for me, it is slow sometimes, and it also started crashing like plugins and things. So we'll see how it goes. If it goes bad, I'm going to switch to Sublime to just not spend too much time on this setup. Let's see. Brains Mono, please. No? Apply. Okay, I'm going to try Vita Code. I'm not sure it changes anything. So, all right, so that's not. So I'm going to create a new branch, and we are with indexing dependencies. And here I have everything opened, and let's try. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it finishes indexing because it's gonna be slow. And while I take a bite. Yeah, not the best food to eat on the stream, no. So we have everything indexed. So let's create a new branch, upload what our page. Component. Let's see. So what do we have here? Registration Web is a project written in Next.js. So that kind of implies a lot of things we need to remember, but yeah, nothing changes. I'm not sure I can even like make the font bigger. Let's try. Oh, here I can increase it. Wait. Oh, it's big enough. Okay, so we have a folder page, and inside we have this kind of file system folders and files that um, follows the URL we want to create. This is a Next.js agreement, and this is our contact details page. So it increases font on like one page. Jesus. Yeah, not the best day to stream though. Okay, let me then start with Sublime Text, since this is something that is not fine for me. Okay. Sorry, WebStorm. Bad experience today. Okay, registration web. So let's close all, and I'm going to show you what we have here. So here, the SRC pages, we have list of pages available, and that's where I was trying to find contact details, this is the one that I'm interested in. So here we understand what we want to draw, and this is where we use our contacts form component. So if I go to, I need to learn hotkeys now. But okay, contact details, contacts. This is what we need. Fill in phone number. Nope. And here it is. Yeah, that's the component. So after multiple use effects, we see that we render just the form, and here the form, this is where all the logic lives. Let's see what we render. Here's what we render. There is a box with H1 and H2 tags. It's actually not correct. We need to fix this. At some point, we could at least say that this is H1 and this is H2. So, improvements on the go. And here's the form that we have And here what we want is to show this upload avatar component. And that's it. And let's create it. It will live in the, I'm not sure actually where it's gonna live. So let's go with src. And here we need to decide whether it's a component that is shared and it goes to my taxi folder, or it goes to the somewhere near our contacts component. So at the moment, I'm not sure, so I'm gonna bring it as close to the place of usage. So that means I go to contacts, and here I create upload avatar JS. So in this project, we don't use TypeScript, but we have static types with flow, which we're planning to migrate from. But at the moment, this is what we currently have. And so let's do export const upload avatar, and let's run this is new avatar component. And let's start this thing. You're in dev. Okay, we failed. Why we're failing? Because I'm not under VPN. Good. Let's try now. Okay, now we're fetching some stuff. Pretty disgusting, yeah, seeing somebody eating. But it's not going to be on the channel. So tell me that disgusting, and I'll stop. Okay, so what I usually do or prefer to do is to test in Chrome. So let's make it here, localhost 3000. I see people joining, maybe because I'm eating, no? So what we are planning to do now, to see. We plan to see any contact details page. I'm going to go for Germany because this is the one we are expecting to have this avatar. And we expect to see the string, obviously. So let's go private hire. Self-employed. I think I ate some paper. Okay. Whatever. And now we should land on this. Okay, something went wrong. Let's see what happened. Server responded with 500. All right, that means we maybe should consider switching to another work environment. Let's try once again. I'm gonna go right through the weather thing to the to this create account page. And let's repeat and hit continue. Okay, place the characters. There we go. And part of my username. It was fun. Okay, let's wait. I don't see this request that we previously had. Hello? What's going on? Okay, now I see. Both avatar is not obviously not imported. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the top and import this thing. Import avatar from upload. Now we should see. How are you doing, chat? Okay, this is a new avatar component, so we are here. And that means we can start playing with that. I'm going to use our design system, which is called Wave, and I'm going to build at least some box, which is like a div, and I need to import it. Wave. And here I'm going to go with input type file for a while. Name or profile. Okay. Now we see that thing and we can select. So after that, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Okay, choose file. Let's see what we have in the documentation. I'm sure I have it open. I use dash to, so it's all locally. I have so input type file. Okay, upload this using form submission or manipulate it using file API. So this is what we need. Yeah, I know that there is like a fake path additional attribute. So let's quickly drop accept right away. And we want to accept, I think, unique file type specifiers. Yeah, I think this is what we want. We want any image file, but technically maybe we need to check Apple hike format if we support that on our tech side. But apart from that, let's a good start, I think. capture. So it's also would be nice to set a mobile, well, like what camera to turn on, but let's not go that path yet. So we can, I think we don't need this. Choose a file to upload, regardless of user device. So getting information on selected files. Yeah, so we receive file objects. That's what I recall. We also have it in our in other system. So when we get this file, JavaScript object, we can read it and create a blob and try to render it. So that's it. That's usually an approach. And let's try to, okay. Source code, let's see, running it live. Okay. We will need to open in the browser. Copy link. The hell. So here they try to show something or not show something. And this is the example. Choose images to upload. And so the idea is how they approach it is that there is a label, and this, I think, file is hidden. Choose image to upload. Yeah, but this is the trick. Yeah, input style opacity. So the idea is you put one above another, and when you click, it's just show. So there is an element above, so that you click, and that immediately activates a file. Well, I think we're gonna do the same. So what is the text we want from Figma? Upload profile picture. We'll start with that. We also need to get those translations afterwards. So I'm gonna have to do trace translations. Extract it right away. Let's see. So at the moment, what we want some text. And then inside, let's write upload profile picture. And after that, we're gonna play with the styles. Text also need to import. That's what I forget with the web store. Kind of learn, well, like getting used to properly, kind of automatically receive all those imports and things. So okay, also I'm gonna bring styled components because this is what we used. I need to remember how do we import this styled components. Yeah, exactly. Good. So I'm gonna start styling const file input. And here, what we do is we do, I think, styled input, and then let's do things here. So let's put opacity 0. Here I use file input. Now use it here. See. But if I click, it works. So the text is actually not a text but a label. Let's see if we have this in the design system. Yeah, we have a label, but this is not the label we need. What we're gonna do? So you see we have file picker. It's just to show you, but it's not the one that we need, because at the end we don't want this block. We want this round thingy. It complicates a bit. So let's move on. I think we can take a look how it is implemented, the input, but I bet the technique is the same. We just hide one below the other, and if you click, you get in it. So you see SRC components, and here we have file picker, recently updated. And here there is a lot of things going on. TypeScript outliner is the box itself in the design system, and input, yeah, I would just have it absolutely positioned on top with 100% width, and outline none, do nothing, and for focus, select the outliner. And here we use it. So then this thing lies on top, and everything else is merely like a decoration of what's going on. But yeah, this is how it is done. This is what we're gonna repeat. But to begin with, yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna do this in 2 hours, but let's see. So I'm gonna do like a background color, maybe. Okay, no, let's do a border. One thing, solid black, so we can at least see something. I'm gonna make it slightly more. Yeah, here we go. And then like 10. And we say position absolute, say left 0, right, and top 0. And we also want this box to have position relative. So that way we can position. So we set absolute positioning inside this relatively positioned box. Now, if we click upload profile picture, we get our dialog. That's already a good thing. I want to do this as label. And I'm not sure we support this, but let's see. For profile picture. Let's see how it goes with the label profile picture. Okay, looks like all good. We're gonna need some focus on the top, but enough to start with. And what else? we're almost done, no? So I'm gonna add another box. That's gonna be quite a big thing. And inside here, we need to have another box. Let's see, maybe like that much, but this is the box we want to show an image in. So I'm gonna start just with that. And in this box, it's supposed to be flex. Return from rendering. Let's see boxes. And this is what we want to return. All right. We're back on track. And here what we want is to say, how does it look like in the okay, here I think its maximum width of the whole block is how can I see it? Frame 310 pixels. Looks pretty random to me, to be honest. Not yet. Let's go with that at the moment. That means so there are two things. This is 100 by 100. So the box has width 100 pixels and 100 pixels. I don't like it already. So let's see. 100 by 100, and inside we're gonna show something. So let's put image. Let's see. Or yeah, I'm not sure whether we want to show an image or we want to show a background thing, but yeah, let's start from something. Have to decide. Okay, so we're centered, but not because of the picture. So let's see, it's there. And we also want to vertically align on the it's not a vertical, it's justify content. Or no, justify center, let's say. So set it right away. Justify content center and align items center 5. Okay. Okay. And now we have, so when there is a change in the user selects a thing, a file, we want to take a look at that. And here we get the target value. Let's see. We're supposed to see something in the console. When we select. So I have a set of test images. No, it's actually quite weird because image files and there is only Postman. It was Y. So I have test images here. Let's use this one. So what do I have in the console? Nothing was returned from render. I think it's an old one, no? Yeah, we have fake path. Okay, all good. So back to the documentation, we need file API. File handle APIs. Okay. So the file is a kind of is an instance of blob. So it's like blob is the parent class. And here we can also like create image bitmap, which is maybe something that we need. Creates a bitmap from a given source. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so we have those, and this has name, size, type. We can string the thing, and so let's see how we can get file. We pass bits, we pass name, and that's it. But my question is, how can I get a file from input? So let's see. Input, right. Okay. Let's get back input file. Okay, manipulated, blah, blah, blah. So it's an input element, property that only has element. So using files from web application, this is what we need. Yeah, so these files. Okay, that means we have files. Let's choose a file. Nothing happened. Let's refresh. Yeah, I'm gonna drop debugger here to be very precise. Yeah, Алена, привет. All right, here we go. So what do we have here? We have event, bubbles cancelable current target, target. So I'm gonna orbit target files. Yeah, here we go. File. Image PNG, size, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so as I understand, we can do something like this. Okay, create file. Okay, the file. So we can use to create some object. Show file size. That's a very nice article. Yeah, here we go. Do I need to continue? Yeah, the append images, file reader, unload. Yeah, I thought about using objects URL. Yeah, to use. So here, once again, we do e target files 0 file. I'm gonna probably go straight to the component level, but not sure. Let's do a little plain first. File, open the URL, create object URL. Here we do file. And this is what we want to persist probably. And we do picture, set picture. Here they're going to be a URL. Not sure there is such a thing. String. At the beginning, we'll see. Import use state from React. And here, let's see, we want to set picture URL. And here we want to set pic URL. Let's also block. Let's see what we're going to have. And that's it. Look, here we don't need the debugger anymore. Okay, if we show an image, I'm gonna bite my pita. Upload this. Nope. Set pic URL is not defined. Something small. Yeah. Indeed. Okay, nothing happens. That's what we did, no? Pic URL, set pic URL. Files fine. Unload, revoke. Set image search the new URL represent the file. Okay. Set up an image load event handler to release an object since no longer needed. Nice, that's needed to be done. Load the user's file. Okay. Okay, that's strange that we are not setting anything. This one up. And this case, let's lock the input. what we expect to see is in this big console log, we definitely want to see something which is not an empty string. Whoa, yay, we're here. So what went wrong? I don't know, but we are here. So now I need all the power of CSS to have it here. And it actually, I'm thinking how to do this properly, because image, okay, we can set an image size. But after that, my knowledge of there is an aspect ratio kind of thing, and this is yeah, that. Okay, what we want to say is they want border radius %. Okay, 100%. Thank you. It looks almost done, no? Quite similar. All right. I'm now thinking that I need to set this gap for this. And here, there's a gap already. Here we have a special spaces helper in our case. 0 is 0 pixels, 1 is 8, and 2 is 16. I need to import this. Not sure it will work. Maybe this thing that does not have a gap property, because there is a gap property in CSS. I'm sure that it's in the component. The component supports it. What to do? Okay, let's do this ugly first, margin right. But we still need to style the thing. Okay. Here I'm gonna do all the magic. Width 100%. 100%. Border radius 50%. Slot lines, we have it here. Slot. Okay. Profile picture. Now go here. Okay. We're somewhere. Not very close, though. This here, which is ugly. I do want a box to have a gap property. I'm gonna have it in the moment. What else? What else? And we need to show a default one, no? So let's make the default picture mask. I'm quite worried that this is done this way. So this is an SVG, I suppose, or an icon around. It's actually a nice thing. We can do this SVG only. We can do a circle. Circle is already there, so we can put some background. Yeah, it's like a developer thing that they always want to go with an image first, and then you realize that you can do the same thing with CSS only. So let's remove the picture. You can cancel. And here, okay, where we fail. Because the idea is if a user selected a file and then he or she opened a file dialog again and then canceled, this is going to be empty. So we need to check if a file is there. Then we want to set it else, or we are even can do this very fancy, very ugly. We're gonna make it better. So target files 0. If there is something, we do this. If not, nothing like this. Go here. And that should go there. Okay. Now we either set a URL or we set an empty string, so which supposed to return us back to the state we needed, and no, it does not. Why? Okay. If I change the image, cancel. I'm not sure the change event happens. I don't think it happens. Here we go. SRC unknown. Probably not something that we expect. It fails. ID do not match. Yeah, and that's like a tiny thing. HTML4. So this is but I don't see anything related. So okay. Let's do some things. If we have a quick URL for this thing, if not, we're going to show const profile. How do we call it? Default profile. Untitled, SVG, it's supposed to be just an SVG. But how to export? This is what I want to export: vector, SVG, export. Thank you. Otherwise, URL by default. Yeah, we should change this. Also complain, but way less, no? You see. The thing is, I'm not quite happy how it looks like. Okay, first, let's do the radius here. It will work. I don't think it propagates. Yeah. Let's take a look at box component. So it has space, layout, position, color, flexible grid layout, background. So the background is there at least. But what it does not have is a border. Let's see, layout, display, overflow, border. A border is a separate thing. Fortunately, anyways, the idea is to make it work, make it look well, and then split it properly. So I'm gonna now create a bunch of components, and it's all right. And after that, we're gonna clean it. So here I'm gonna do border radius 50, and I'm gonna use profile container instead of this thing. Profile container. Thank you for helping. Profile container. Right. So we are somewhere. So we have a profile container with border radius 50%. Okay. Let's see what else can we do. So there is just a background, nothing very fancy. Ellipse, background, and we have colors and wave. And I suppose, yeah, this is authentic blue 50. So for this profile container, I'm going to go background, color. The colors, authentic blue 50. But I need to import the colors. Colors goes here. Let's see. Okay. Wrong thing. Go here. Okay. Okay. And now what we need to do is we need to, yeah, center, but not kind of center, you know? Default profile. So this is just an SVG. And we can set everything here, I believe. So if we do 100%, 100, and here also we can do 100, the canvas size. Nice. Let's see. Okay. And now we need to change our path, which is not an easy thing. Now here. And we need to move it slightly lower. I'm thinking maybe we don't need this change, but we need to change. What if we do, for example, here we do 10 and 10? What happens? Okay. We move up. Yeah, I don't like this hacking. Are you doing that? I don't think there is a minus. Alright, okay. No, they're okay. But it's the canvas, so we need to have hundreds to cover the whole thing. And after that, we can move, I think. So what I'm gonna do. Here we go. 35. Switch editor. Looks ugly. Okay. I'm thinking whether we need a background, because if we fill with this color, it will do the trick, you know? And here we won't need a color anymore. Let's see. Too bad in all those visual things. Fill path is here. This thing is here. Maybe we need to draw a rectangle or something. It's a G. Introduction to SVG. Okay. Here we go. XML language. Yeah, this is like we set the width at high. We can draw a rectangle. Okay, this is maybe what we need. So later is rendered on top. Okay. Files, words. So technically that means that if I, so the grid, basic shapes. I'm wondering why for SVG I can set fill, but I cannot. Can I just fill the whole canvas with one color? Curves, too fancy stuff. Fills and strokes, paintings. So fill and stroke. Using fill sets the color inside the object, and stroke is like a border. Okay. Um, opacity using CSS. Cool. I'm wondering why we have this then. So if we do SVG, truth, SVG, mask element, whatever. Oof. SVG element. Here we go. So SVG. Let's see, fill gray. That means every circle inside will be filled. Okay, I think now I have it. No. For shapes and text is a presentation that defines a color. For animation, define the final state. Can use this attribute with the following SVG elements. For animation, okay, whatever. So let's do and everything, and then we'll see. Direct. Okay. Okay, so fill. Cool. Before profile, now we need to have only move this thing down. So wondering why this is. It has border radius 50%. Nothing happens. The hell? So what we want this path to start a bit lower. The place we start with is 52 point blah blah blah. Okay, I'm too stupid to write it by hand. I think this is where M is like to move where to start and then move somewhere else. So if we do 72, what happens? Okay. No, I'm not going to do this. What I want is to pull it down a bit, like it's on the, well, like it's here. At the end, it's positioned manually. What if we intersect those two? Vector and ellipse. Well, I could select everything and export as SVG. Let's see what we're gonna have. Nope. That's where I'm gonna stop, I think. Okay, style something. Let's go with this first. Remove duplicate elements, remove raster images, remove XMLs, original, precision. Okay, works for me. All right, let's see. Style prop expects a mapping from style properties to values. So we have something here. Mask. Okay, do this React with. And then we see. That's the only thing. Yeah. Oof. See, we have it. Alrighty, and what if we drop this thing? What's gonna happen? Okay, not cool. That's all right at the moment. And if we upload an image, Okay, it goes square, because profile picture and radius goes here. And if we cancel, supposed to see the old one. Okay. Okay. So technically, how we usually do with the pictures, the moment it arrives, the moment we show it to a user, we also upload this value, upload this file directly to the server, so we can already store it, and then we attach it. At the moment the form is submitted, we just attach the picture with the form. So this is maybe a next step, or we can polish this whole thing first. So what's missing here? So there is a gap needed. So let's maybe make it more readable. Here, box. What else? Center line items. Let's go off. File. Text. I still would love to have this gap thingy. And let's take a look at the place we were checking for box properties. Not this one. This is our box. And layout, grid layout. So layout's supposed to have it. But okay, this is not the one. So we need display, flex, in height, size, overflow, big gap, grid gap. That's the only thing. And with the flex box, and there is no gap. It's supported quite well, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure why we should drop it. Okay, for me, it sounds like an issue with the library, that they do not export that. How we can solve it? So technically, what we can do is, of course, we can override and provide gap manually. Let's say we want one run. And it kind of, the coolest thing, it just pushes both ends. Because if I believe if I do margin right, or it does the same, no? Okay, what is the position? Computed. Okay, I'm gonna take this as 0, get computed, get bounding plan track. So 287 265. Okay. So now Yeah, I bet it's the same, no? Yeah. So no difference. Okay. Um, for a while, let's leave with margin right for the box. And also need to bring those tiles for the button, but let's take a look. So this is a button with an icon. And we have buttons in Wave, but I think they look a bit different. And maybe I need to ask our designer why it is so. Because they're supposed to fit. That's what I'm trying to say. So this label, I'm actually wondering how good it is to put a label in a button inside the label. Or we need to make a label looks like a button, which is also can work. So let's just verify it looks similar. Do this as it looks quite alright. If I hit it, okay, let's see. We need an icon. For icons, let's take a look. Icons. We have upload, I bet. No. Upload. Download. Okay. Works on me. Not super well centered, no? Six here. And here we need to say 0 or 1. Okay, not great, not terrible, I would say. And the arrow is wrong. Okay, I need to ask about that because this is something which is okay. Button is a component, as I understand here. View documentation. Okay. but the content of it, icon, um, which I'm not sure it exists. Upload or up, share. They call it share. True. Leonard, it's just a way to to be sure I'm not doing shit. To use get client tracked. But you see, it's still on this. Everything is on its place. Nothing has changed a lot. Yeah. So I'm not sure why it doesn't work, but then because I set the width to 1 pixel. All right. So let's set cursor pointer so to be here with 100% of the container and height 2. Let's classify 0. And sort lines. Okay, now I'm confused. This is here. Cursor is here. Label is also there. It doesn't work at this point because there is a text, no file chosen. And what if we do other way around? If I hit a button, a label, so it's supposed to work, no? That means I can actually hide display none. You think? No. Yeah, I've seen some guide there. In I close it. Using files for web applications. Okay, use an object display, uploading, handling, PDFs, other file types. So input hidden to prevent less than attractive user experience being displayed. This is explained here using hidden file. Yeah, so we do set display none. And this button, file select, unclick, file element click. Not sure I'm happy with that. How do we do here? So, because this is like a completely new, not new, but same experience when we overlay. So let's take a look. Input. This is the input component, so it has now this is like position absolutely on top without any outline, without anything. But when it's in focus, we show the rectangular uh, area around. But the thing is, input button, font size, height, and width. It takes 100% of things, but I can still click properly here and wave. So if I see file picker, you see, I can click anywhere and I don't see anything. But here I have a similar setup, but still. Okay, let's make an overview. Height 100%, opacity 0, position absolute, width 100%, border needed. And above that, we have button label, and that's it. And so you see no file chosen, no file chosen, and there I don't see that. Input is here, label. This is, I need to see, there is no no file chosen, and there is no like a pointer. Correct pointer is missing. So which we can 100% can do. Which I don't like is to simulate clicks. So that's for me that kind of ugly, because click. Yeah, I mean, it's well supported though. Use a label element to trigger a hidden file. This is all opening a file picker without using JavaScript, which is nice. A label element can be used. Note that it must not be hidden, otherwise the label would not be keyword accessible. But yeah, the idea is okay. So at the end, we do not. Yeah, so we use visually hidden, which makes sense. I'll try and see. Very important. We control everything here. Let's not rush with that. Okay. I'm not sure it works. What I'm missing. You can style the label as limited to reach if you need to provide visual clue. Okay. Input. Class visually hidden. We do have a label. Profile picture. Jesus. Isn't it? that would be but yeah, it was stupid. 4 is works with IDs, not with names. Okay. All right, so that's, I think, it. What do we have at the moment? We spent maybe an hour and a half setting up this thing, but it doesn't look that ugly. But still, I'm not happy with the code I have. What's just to discuss what's to be improved here? Okay, the file input, we cannot really do anything. It's going to be here, and it's going to be that ugly. I'm not quite sure why I have to. Those border radius 50% doesn't work on the container level. That definitely makes sense to take a look instead of specifying it everywhere. This is thing number 2. Thing number 3, we need to obviously send this data to the server. Thing number 4, I didn't quite enjoy, to be honest, pixels, but this is what I have in the design. And this looks not great. Not sure if it can be better. We definitely need to remove URLs if I replace one image with another, or even if we drop one thing. And I think we can actually do this quite quickly. So before, yeah, it's supposed to be a use effect, I think. So I would say it should be a use effect. True. What's the idea? File API is, and especially like the URL thing, it is something that we cannot control. So this is an external dependency, and we should not, even though it is synchronous one, this approach when we create something right away sounds a bit off for me. So maybe a better idea is to use to save file itself in the state and then have a use effect that converts this new file to a URL and sets this new URL, and also clean up the previous one, which is also quite important. So maybe I would consider this. Or otherwise, we would need to do here the same URL revoke object URL, which is, yeah, it just looks kind of strange when we do this all in the event handler. What else? Button as label looks odd, and maybe it's better to have just a button with click. Not sure. And mobile layout, that's what's missing. So yeah, I think that's it. Reach me if you have any feedback on the stream or on the code, or yeah, I think I definitely can learn some HTML and CSS and know better that part. But yeah, have a good evening and thank you for coming. Ciao, ciao, ciao. I need to stop sharing somehow. Okay, turn it off. There's me, myself. Okay, now definitely see you there. See you next time.